Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Study with Flow. I hope you are doing extremely well. Guys, in this video we are going to discuss about Cocubes exam. Okay, so this is a placement specific exam. By attempting this exam you can apply in multiple companies. Okay, in the previous video we have discussed about MCAT exam. So if you haven't checked that video yet, so make sure to watch that video also. We'll put the link in the description box or in the I button itself, right? So let's start with the Cocubes video now. But before proceeding further, make sure to subscribe this channel if you haven't yet, and also press the notification bell so that you will never miss any update from our side. Okay, so let's see what is the discussion about Cocubes exam. So first of all, see what is Cocubes exam. So basically Cocubes is one of the best employability test for the graduate as well as undergraduates, right? So if you are in third year or you are in final year, so you can attempt this exam, or you have graduated, okay, so you can also attempt Cocubes exam. And there are total 3 rounds. First of all, online test will be conducted, and then technical interview, and then HR interview. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So moving on to the next point. So the next point is, what is the eligibility criteria of Cocubes? So I would say that there is no any kind of eligibility criteria. Every company has some specification or some specific eligibility criteria, but these are some mandatory section, or we can say skills, or we can say education. Okay, branches are BE, BTech, or we can say courses. So BE, BTech, MCA, ME, MTech, or MSc. Or other branches, MCA, MBA graduates are eligible to apply. BCA graduates are also eligible to apply, right? Backlog, no active backlog should be there. Class 10th marks more than 60%, 12th more than 60%, and throughout the graduation 60%. So we can say education qualification marks are plus 60%, right? And what are the coding language you can use? C, C++, Java, Python, right? So now let's coming to the good score and its validity. So what is the good score, or what is about scorecard in the Cocubes? So scorecard is valid for 1 year. Okay, so first you have to give the exam, then results will come out, and you will be provided a scorecard of Cocubes that will be valid up to 1 year, right? But if your score is not good, then you can again attempt the Cocubes exam after 45 days of the previous attempt, and then you can have the next scorecard. Now what scorecard will be considered? So in which scorecard you have the maximum marks, that one wala scorecard will be considered for your Cocubes, right? So fees for the examination is approx 1100 something, or plus or minus something like that, approximation we can say. And what is the difficulty of the exam, or we can say what is the level of exam is, I would say average to high. Not high, like it's not like GATE or CAT level, but yeah, it's not like MCAT. Higher than MCAT, less than E-Litmus, so this is a moderate level, right? So I hope it is clear. So what is the average CTC or average package? So minimum 5.5 LPA is the minimum package, okay, and maximum 24-26 LPA तक इतना भी लग जाता है लोगों का. So how many companies are hiring through Cocubes? So there are 500 plus companies which are actively hiring through Cocubes. Okay, and this exam is best for IT and sales jobs. Okay, so yeah, moving on to the next is, what is the Cocubes test pattern? So there are 3 rounds. Okay, so the round 1 is online test, or we can say online written test, in which you have to prepare with quants, English, and logical. Quant means aptitude, means mathematical ability, then English, and then logical reasoning. 30 questions you have to attempt in 45 minutes. And computer fundamentals, 15 questions in 15 minutes. Computer fundamentals means data structures, OOPS concept, operating system, DBMS, or we can say database management system, computer networks. Okay, so these are the subjects in computer fundamentals. And some domain related questions. So what is your core branch? Make sure to prepare with your core branch subjects. So अपनी branch के according आपको domain specific questions तैयार करने होंगे, 20 questions in 20 minutes, right? Then psychometric test, 50 questions in 12 minutes. Psychometric test is just, they will identify your behavior. your thinking, right? Given a statement, then what do you think about this particular thing? Your opinion will be find out through these questions. Okay, and then coding round, 3 questions in 45 minutes. Okay, and then written test, 1 question in 25 minutes. uh, so it is like essay test, it is like essay test. Okay, essay, application letter, इस टाइप का कुछ कुछ आपसे लिखा लिया जाता है in 25 minutes, right? Then the round 2 is followed by HR round. So this is technical round, round 2. Questions related to technical background, like जैसा भी आपका रहेगा। इसके लिए टेक्निकल राउंड को प्रिपेयर करने के लिए वेस्ट साइट रहती है जावा टी पॉइंट एंड इंटरव्यू विद। I would prefer Java T Point and Interview with only. So make sure to prepare with these website, right? Then the round 3 is HR round. So this is one of the easiest round, and the questions will be basics and behavioral. It's like, are you comfortable with night shift? Are you comfortable to relocate? Are you comfortable with this? Just you have to answer yes. Okay, and it's like document verification, something like that. So HR round is very easy, not tough. So a little bit tough is technical round, and I would not say that it is tough. You just have to read the documentation of interview it and Java T Point. Okay, these are the best 2 websites to prepare for technical as well as HR interview. So yeah, I hope it is clear to you. So moving on to the next point. So next point is, so we have understand what is the syllabus of, sorry, what is the pattern, what is the Cocubes exam, okay, what is the eligibility criteria. Now coming on to the syllabus. So syllabus is for aptitude, you have to prepare with algebra, equations, progression, profit and loss, percentage, ratio and proportion, mensuration, logarithm, simple and compound interest, trigonometry, mixtures and allegation, divisibility, right? And the most important is percentage, ratio, proportion, and SI and CI, and then profit and loss, and averages, ages, equations, like, okay. So moving on to the next part is logical. So for logical, you have to prepare with arrangements, visual reasoning, blood relationship is a very important topic, flowcharts, statement and conclusion, coding, decoding, agree and disagree, and directional sense, analogies, seating arrangement, logical sequence. Okay, so yeah, moving on to the next. You can take the screenshot of this syllabus. Moving on to the next is for verbal. So for verbal, sentence correction, preposition, grammar, reading comprehensions. Reading comprehension is the most important part, or we can say is the scoring part. Synonym and antonym, idioms and phrases, speech and tenses and articles, sentence selection, spotting error, sentence completion. Then coming on to the computer programming. So topics covered in computer programming are C++, OOPS concept of DBMS, operating system, data structure and algorithm, computer network, computer architecture and organization, as I have already mentioned. Okay, so moving on to the next. Next is what is the minimum cutoff required for the Cocubes test? Okay, to come in the merit test, what is the minimum cutoff required? So the cutoff can vary based on the difficulty level of exam. Okay, but the above cutoff is 75 to 85 percentile marks is considered as a good score in exam. So if your score is between 75 to 85%, then you are in safe zone. This is a good score, right? And what is the marking scheme here? So for every incorrect question, no negative marking is there, and for any unattempted question, 0 marks will be provided to you. Okay, so yeah, moving on to the next. Next is now everything is discussed now, and now you want to attempt the test. Sorry, यहाँ पर sorry, just a minute. यहाँ पर जो है कोक्यूब्स टेस्ट आएगा, ये बाय डिफॉल्ट एमकेट हो गया है क्योंकि प्रीवियस वाली स्लाइड में मैंने चेंजेस किए थे। या तो प्रोसीजर सेम ही रहेगा लाइक एमकेट। अगर आपने एमकेट वाला वीडियो नहीं देखा है देन आप जाकर देख सकते हैं। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू आस्क to your TPO that whether our college is registered for the Cocubes or not. If yes, then ask your college to send your data to Cocubes website. Otherwise, what you can do is send your details to your placement officer. Then he will send or she will send your resume or data to the Cocubes, and then you will be provided to a password and credentials, okay, on your email or via SMS by the Cocubes. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. What you can do is you can register yourself on the Cocubes website individually, right? Cocubes conducts test on a weekly basis, so you have to just identify your reason and just book a slot, and then you can attempt the test in the next week or whenever you want to. Okay, so yeah, I would say that these tests are really useful for your placement, because guys, recession is going on and job are very less. Startups are hiring, but mega companies are not hiring. So in this case, job is very uh, a typical thing to grab, right? So make sure to sit in these tests. I know these are paid, some students can't afford it, but whoever who can afford it, then please make sure to attempt these tests. So yeah, I hope and yeah, let me show you what are the companies and what that are hiring through Cocubes and what are packages, right? Some companies are Flipkart 23 LPA, Adobe 22 LPA, MU Sigma 21 LPA, Amazon 13 LPA, Motorola 11 LPA. So you can say these are the companies and these are hiring through Cocubes, and the minimum package is this, right? So this is the test which is really good. And yeah, so this is all about this video. I hope all the things are clear to you. Still you have doubt, then make sure to ask your doubts in the comment section. I will reply for sure. So thank you for watching. We will meet in the next video. Until then, bye bye and take care. Keep preparing, keep exploring.